Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be talking about how you can plan your week in just 30 minutes. I can personally plan my entire week in about 30 minutes, and you can too with not a lot of hard work. The majority of people prefer to do it day by day, but personally I do it week by week because it's easier to plan. If you do it week by week, it gives you a sense of accomplishment at the end of the week, and you'll eventually lead to wanting to do it week by week rather than do it day by day. However, giving yourself only 30 minutes might not be for everyone. Some people might need an hour, some people might need an hour and a half. It really just depends. So work it around your own personal circumstances. As always, I really hope you enjoy the video, and let's get into it. So technically it's 32 minutes, but in my eyes it's 30 minutes because there's a 2-minute setup time. So first things first, you want to open your calendar or task list. You can even use a notebook, but personally I prefer to use Notion because especially for displays and stuff like that, it's so much easier to use. Then you want to just choose the week you're going to plan. You can plan a week that's in a month, or you could plan a week that's next year, for God's sake. But personally, I prefer to do it week by week because it makes life easier. Then the most crucial step, set a 30-minute timer. Then the next thing you want to do is you want to just go to here. This Notion template will be in the description, so if you want to go and download it and use it yourself, by all means do that. Just head down to the description and the download link will be in there. The next thing you want to do is just go and take a quick look back on the week before. So review last week's wins. Personally, I have wins to give myself a sense of accomplishment because having a sense of accomplishment in anything makes you work better. If you had any things you wanted to do or any to-dos you wanted to do, note down what slipped out of your reach and what you weren't able to do, so you can either do it this week or you can work on getting better at not forgetting to do things. Then a final thing from the quick look back on the week before is just take 3 takeaways, 3 memorable moments from that week, or 3 wins, just even if they're little, like, oh, I went for a run, or I went to the gym, I ate correct food, or I had a bottle of water. Anything that you feel is a memorable moment or a win for you, I would highly recommend noting it down because it, again, gives yourself a sense of accomplishment. So then this next bit is a bit more of just a dump from your brain. You can take this part of a dump list location and you can go in here, you can just type absolutely anything and just take it out, get it out your brain, and then you can use Notion AI to sort of give it a structure. Notion AI is free. There's a 30-day trial. By the way, this is not sponsored. This is just, I absolutely love using Notion and I think you should too. So any reminders you may have, any admin you need to do, so your taxes, a lot of people do that monthly. So if it's the last week of the month, I'd recommend doing things like that. Any reminders, so if you have to go to the gym or if you've got a concert or if you've got anything big coming up, you can write a reminder down. You can either a reminder on your phone, or I personally use a little notebook, like a PN as I call it, a pocket notebook, as it helps you remind you of stuff if you're quite forgetful like me. You can also add your own personal commitments, so things if you want to eat healthy every day, if you want to drink 2 litres of water every day, or if you want to go for a run every day. It doesn't have to be every day, but any personal commitments you have for yourself, I'd highly recommend noting them down in here too. But the main thing of all of that is capture everything. So anything from your brain, just write it down. Could even be in a notebook, as I said. You can do the brain dump on here, or you can do it in a notebook. On a notebook, it's kind of annoying because your hand starts to hurt after a while, but when you're typing, it's a lot easier to just get everything out. Then the next step is taking 4 minutes to pick the week's priorities. You want to choose 3 outcomes and define done for each of them. What I mean by define done is basically make it so that in your brain, you know that them outcomes are going to happen if you make them happen. Again, there's a little spot here to note down these outcomes. So if you want to write them down, by all means do it there. By all means do it in a notebook or even on the notes app on your phone. So obviously everyone in a week has non-negotiables and things that would be nice to do. Here, you can note down and sort your tasks out for the week. So you can do your must-dos, your should-dos, your could-do, so nice to have, and then defer, or you could even delete a task from your daily life. Anything you want to note down, you can do it in here. I've just put it as anything removed or deferred. So anything you just want to get rid of or not want to use really, pop it in that box and it's there. So then if you do want to recount it and have it back in your life, it's there ready for you. So I am going to make another video on this, so this is only really going to be short. Time blocking the week. Time blocking the week is one of the most important things that you can do to help you structure your week throughout the week. So day by day or even hour by hour, you can structure your week so well by using time blocking. So having things like deep work sessions, appointments, etc., adding buffers, so your rest, admin that you've got to do, which is a non-negotiable, or having travel, so if you have travel time to work, what can you do in that time? And please avoid overbooking. Don't try and fit everything that you need to do in a day within a couple of hours, because it's not going to happen. So if you want to write your key blocks down, so things like if you have an appointment, or if you wanted a deep hour work session, you can write it down in here. You can write what time you're going to do it, what day you're going to do it in the week, and how you want to structure it. Again, the 4 minutes that you give yourself for a wrist check are immense. You can think about what's going to derail the plan, what needs prep, what needs follow up, like anything like that. It's all listed here. Any risks and mitigations that you have, you can pop down in here. So say, I don't know, if a bus is late, you might not get to work on time, which might defer when you eat in the day, or it might defer when you have your break at work and things like that. Then the final couple of minutes, you just want to choose tomorrow's first task. You don't want to overbear yourself with so many tasks that you don't know what to choose first. Just choose one simple task that you can do as soon as the day starts. Could be even something as simple as making your bed. You can note that task down in here. So you can come back to Notion. There's the Notion app as well, which is fantastic. I have the Notion AI on my home screen. I also have the Notion app on my home screen. So if I have any memories or if I have any ideas that come to light, I could just pop the button on my phone and I can just note it down on there. Either I can do it on that or in my notebook. Then finally, you have, if I only do one thing, that it's just, you can write it down here. So if I only do one thing this week, and you just write down that one thing you want to do. It could be, this week I want to make my YouTube video, edit it and post it exactly as I'm doing. That's what I've wrote down in my personal one. It's just one habit that will make your life easier, as if you just have one non-negotiable overall, not even in the 30-minute time frame. If you just write down every week one non-negotiable that you want to have for yourself, you're going to get a massive sense of accomplishment. And again, it comes back to this, a sense of accomplishment thing. If you have a great sense of accomplishment over anything, you're just going to feel better mentally and physically. And then if you have a habit tracker, which is also going to be another video, the one habit that makes the week easier is, you can write it down in here. So one habit is, I don't know, writing in my pocket notebook every day what my to-dos are. I personally don't recommend that, but if you want to write down your to-do list for the day, you can by all means. So that's all from me. I really hope you enjoyed the video. And again, if you enjoyed the video, please hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.